Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the women's doubles final. Please welcome onto the court our officials. Umpire Chloe Ireland, assisted by Jenny Sanders and Joe Althwaite.
Okay, welcome back to the Mark Bates National Championships. We've got the women's doubles final up here next. Sat next to me, I've got Lois Peake, who is a senior international player and has been playing in the competition as well. So, Lois, what do you think about this match?
Oh, I think we're in for a treat here, really.
Now please welcome the players and the mascots. And first up, Tintin Ho and Maria Tsaptsinos. And Tintin and Maria are accompanied by the mascots Bella Rasuk and Tom Ellis. And up against them are Emily Bolton and Charlotte Bardsley. Emily and Charlotte are accompanied by Roanne Sokol-Green and Ismail Hafiz. The best of luck to both of our pairs.
So, Lois, tell me, what do you think about this following match?
Well, on the one side, we've got Tintin Ho and Maria Tsaptsinos. They've been in the final the last 4 years and won it, so they've actually got a lot of experience down that side of the table. And then on the other side, we've obviously got Charlotte Bardsley and Emily Bolton. First time they've actually played together this tournament, so been very successful. And they won't make it easy for the girls. They will definitely we get all guns blazing this first set, and I think we're in for a treat really here.
And Lois, you told me a very interesting fact before this event. So can you tell me what it would make? What is this event mean to Tintin?
Well, this is a big event for her really. It's her 50th national title on the line here. So she's currently on 49 national titles, won everything from under 11s onwards, which is a phenomenal achievement really. So she will, this match will mean a lot to her. And also she's up in the final actually with her doubles partner. She's playing against Maria Tsaptsinos, so they're best friends off and on the court. I think I'm really looking forward to the match actually. I'm intrigued to see how this one's going to go.
And what do you think, with two players being best friends and playing doubles, does that give them an advantage in some way?
I think it does. They know each other's game inside out and they know where they want the ball to go for the other person. So, we all know that Tintin's very quick in and out of the court, so she'll be the one predominantly taking that ball earlier and standing in front of Maria, and she'll be slightly further back from the court and making sure she can get her big shots in. So, they know each other's game really inside and out.
Great. And for Emily and Charlotte, you just mentioned this is the first time they've actually ever played together. So they must have been learning a lot about each other's game in the process. Can you tell me a little bit about Emily and Charlotte as players?
Yeah, so Emily's playing in the French league, second league at the moment. She's playing actually full-time abroad. She's actually plays in the same team as Maria Tsaptsinos. And Charlotte Bardsley is playing in Germany in the second league there as well. So both of them are professional players. They play full-time. They know what this is about as well. They're really excited. I spoke to them before the match about this lineup, and they know they've got a chance here. And like I said, I think they're going to make it difficult for the girls. I think there's going to be some big points in this match, and we're going to see some phenomenal rallies.
Great. And Tintin and Maria, obviously very experienced pair. I think even myself and you have played against this pair a couple of times. Never managed to quite beat them because they've always been a little bit too sharp for us. How many international titles have they actually won together now?
So they've won 4 together as a team. Individually, Tintin has won, think it's 4 times, and she's only 23 years of age. And Maria has won the women's singles once as well in 2019, actually beating Tintin in a memorable match, really. I think it was in the 7th that it went to. They went all the way to the distance. So, very, very experienced pair we've got here.
Great, and also good to see an all-female umpire lineup as well. Obviously, women and girls is a big part of Tennis England's strategy. We're trying to get more women playing the sport, but also officiating, volunteering, coaching as well. So really good to see an all-female lineup there as well. Right, and off we go. This is the first game of the women's doubles final. So what you might see there is the player signalling below the table. Can you tell us a bit about what they're doing there, Lois?
Yeah, so they're telling their partner what spin they're going to put on the ball. So normally each team will have, maybe they use a different finger on their hand, so normally they might do a rock shape with their hand, and that means no spin. So they're just telling their partner what they're going to do so they can anticipate the next shot.
1, 2. Left. 1, 2.
Trying to keep them out there, keeping it short on the table, touch to touch. It's a very good tactic to use. So that was a nice float style serve there from Tins, and that meant that Maria could come in and finish the point.
Yeah, Emily just struggling with that return at the moment. It's the first set, just settling down those nerves. But it's her turn now with the service.
I mean, clearly, Maria and Tintin are the more experienced pair here, so probably getting off to the better start.
2, 5. 6, 2.
Yeah, that's a difficult return. Maria's just played there half long.
6, 3.
Not seeing too many rallies yet. I think they're still probably a little bit nervous, settling in.
I think so. I think as the game goes on, we're seeing more and more open rallies, but I think it's just getting this service and just watching what spin the other team's putting on the ball here.
So Maria's just caught the edge there, so if it catches the edge, that still is part of the table and is their point.
That's a great return from Tintin there, coming round with the backhand, really using her wrist. You can see the spin on that ball.
10, 3.
That's a lovely shot from Emily there, really wide into the forehand, very difficult to return.
Yeah, and that's a good rally for Emily and Charlotte. They take confidence over that. Short over the net, that's worked for them so far.
Great, so Maria and Tintin take the first game 11-6 and go 1-0 in this women's doubles national final. So, Lois, what do you think about the game so far?
I think from Maria and Tintin's point of view, they've got off to a good start, and that's exactly where they want them. And I think to be honest, I think we'll see the game open up as it goes on. like you mentioned earlier, we haven't seen that many rallies so far, but I think they've really caught them. That, they'll be the ones that are being nice and positive with the ball, and you can see there in these points, Maria and Tintin are the ones getting in first, and they're attacking, and they're making it very difficult for Charlotte and Emily to get the points on the board, really.
And they've got a couple of very experienced coaches in their corners as well. So you can see Maria and Tintin there with Tintin's father, that's Charles Ho, very good player back in the day, I believe. And then also you've got in the other corner, you've got Helen Lower, who was actually multiple women's singles champion here at the National Championships. So offering a bit of her experience of being in the same situation, I hope.
I'm sure she will have provided great advice for Charlotte and Emily in that corner. Helen Lower is a very good player.
Okay, here we go. It's game 2.
Second game, Bardsley to serve, love all.
That's a great shot from the girls there. Emily just finishing off with that strong forehand into the middle.
Love 2.
Okay, getting off to a slightly better start this time, bit more confidence.
I think you've seen here the last couple of returns from both players and would be much better this set. I think it's just highlighted that they're just getting used to the conditions here and they're really getting the feel on the ball now. That's good rallying.
So Lois, you've obviously played in this event. You played Friday and yesterday, and you told me earlier that the conditions had changed a little bit. Can you tell me what you mean by that exactly?
Yeah, well, I think the temperature of the hall has actually changed throughout the days, and that affects the bounce of the ball really. So I would say today it's much a cooler day, and actually I think the ball stands up a little bit more than it has done yesterday. So this is why we're seeing here that the first set in most of these matches so far today, the touch has gone a little bit higher, or we've seen a few looser shots than we would have seen normally. And in this set alone, we've already seen how much the girls have adjusted to the conditions, and the rallies have opened up, and it's just a fabulous shot that Emily Bolton's just played there, right on that white line.
It's a lovely shot from Maria, really, really nice ball, straight deep into the backhand corner.
It's a great combination as well. Tintin indicated she was going to do a float serve, and Maria was ready to hit that one straight down the line past Emily.
Three, 5-4.
So you can see predominantly the server is serving short. Typically in doubles, that's what people would do. The longer serve, is that a little bit too risky, Lois?
I think so. I think because it's only in half the table, you would expect your opponent to have a strong return off a longer ball. But actually, sometimes you do see the odd long serve just to keep them guessing, so they can't come in too soon on that short return. So we might see a couple just to mix things up a bit.
8-4.
So we've got Emily and Charlotte taking the lead within set 2. So there's not many options, Lois, to play in front of a crowd for female players, particularly in this country. This will be one of the only chances they actually do at the National Championships. What is that like? Do you get impacted by the crowd in any way?
I think you do. I think you do get used to it. I think actually as a table tennis player you need to be able to really focus on this ball alone and kind of block out the audience and things going on around you, because you're focusing so much on a small object. It's it does take a lot of energy, mental energy. So I think it's a great opportunity for the girls. They'll be playing on an international stage for many years, and they'll be used to larger crowds, but actually a home crowd I think is a bit different. I think it's special as well. So I think all the girls will be enjoying this, and yeah, they will be wanting to play well on their home turf. That's a great angle from Emily there.
So that's one game all in this women's doubles national final. I feel Charlotte and Emily played much better within that set. They seem to just have a bit more aggressive, a little bit more confidence on the ball. So yeah, we go 1-1 in this final.
I think you're right, and I think they're catching Maria and Tintin out wide to this forehand. We've seen quite a few, another diagonal, balls across. They've done two forehands solidly across court, and I think that is catching Maria and Tintin out. So I'm sure Charles in the corner there will be telling the girls, a tactic to get around that. But so far, Charlotte and Emily seem like the stronger pair in that last set.
Yeah, and Tintin and Maria are quite a unique pairing actually, because Tintin obviously prefers to be much closer to the table, flat hitting the ball, whereas Maria, naturally, she's much more comfortable, probably a couple of feet actually away from the table, so they probably have to move around each other and be quite conscious of that when they are doing so.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that actually works for the girls, because if you're playing with two right-handers, it works well if one person is standing closer to the table than the other, and they've obviously played together for many years, so I think they like that approach, really.
Yep, and we have got 4 right-handers in this final, no left-handers.
No left-handers.
Tsaptsinos to serve.
Okay, here we go, game 3.
One love.
It's a positive start from Tintin there, strong open up cross court.
Love 2.
And this will be the start that Maria and Tintin are really hoping for here. They want to assert their authority. They want this 50th title, especially Tintin, on the line.
1-2.
It's quite an achievement, that, isn't it, if Tintin is able to do that. 50 national titles across all age groups and still only 23. I mean, there are so many more possibilities.
It's unbelievable, really. It's a phenomenal athlete, phenomenal player. You just have to watch her in the hall to know how hard she works. Very dedicated to both table tennis, also she's obviously studying medicine at the University of Nottingham too, so she's juggling that.
So it's a much more positive start from Tintin and Maria.
Oh, that's a good rally. Great rally, lots of backhands in that. They were peppering the backhand half for both of them, and Charlotte finished that shot off very nicely cross court.
Oh, that's the rally of the match.
Brilliant,
brilliant point there.
Oh, it's a great combination. Charlotte staying nice and close to the table, and Emily opting to stand further back. And I think they're really finding how each other are playing now, and that combination is very strong. Charlotte straight over the table, taking that ball nice and early.
You can see a real change of pace there as well. Really nice, heavy, spinny ball there from Emily, and then the sort of weaker block, and then Charlotte was able to punish that ball.
I think Emily will be slightly disappointed there. She played a very nice backhand down the line to set that ball up, and she knows herself that she probably should have got that ball on, but these things happen. Sometimes you just don't get to those shots, do you?
3-8. 9-3.
Okay, 9-3 in this third set. Only 2 points away from going 2-1 up.
Yep, that heavy bit dig out wide is really working for Emily and Charlotte here. One wide to the backhand last point, and this point we've just seen wide to the forehand, keeping Maria guessing.
5-10.
I'm sure they'll be disappointed with that. It was a good chance for her.
10-6.
Yeah, Maria just snatching at that. She was just trying to go for that heavy push cross court.
So that's the third game there to Maria and Tintin. So they now lead 2-1 in this National Championship final. And as we've said, they will go on to play each other in the final, not too long after this actually. So how would that work? So they're a team at the moment, then they'll have to go away, probably knock with other people, prepare, and sort of go back on the court almost as enemies. So that must be quite challenging for them.
I think it is. I think it's an interesting dynamic actually. I mean, they've played each other numerous times over the last 10 years. I mean, probably hundreds if you actually calculated. I don't actually have the exact number of how many times these girls have played each other, but you know, they're very respectful of each other. They know that they're both great champions, and they have incredible respect, and I think that, you know, that's crucial when you can see it in their partnership here on the table. Very professional, and they know they've got a job to do. Both of them are wanting this national title this year, so it will be a very interesting final, but I'm sure they're not even thinking about that now. They're just focusing on getting this match you know, sealed, and Tintin, especially for her, the 50th national title is would be a phenomenal achievement.
Absolutely, and that was just Mark Bates we saw on the screen there, who is actually our sponsor for this event. So the doubles, best of 5, so first to 3, whereas singles, best of 7, so first to 4. Slightly shorter game.
Yeah, and I think for Charlotte and Emily, it's really important in these next 3 or 4 points that they're looking to attack and be nice and aggressive. Yeah, we just can't let Tintin and Maria dominate like that, and they've called a timeout, and I'm not surprised. They just need to get the momentum back and make sure that, I'm sure Helen Lowe will provide some words of wisdom here, and you know, be asking the girls, let's see if we can get some of your attacking shots on the table here, really.
I mean, at this point, what's the best option for the players? I mean, I think taking a bit of a risk, actually, being a little bit more aggressive, a bit more positive. At the moment, it seems to be Tintin and Maria who are sort of dominating on the game.
Yeah, I think it's aggression, but with spin on the ball. I think in these conditions, you can't afford to hit the ball flat. I think the hall's unforgiving, so I think for them it's aggression, but it's in the right way, and making sure they keep the quality on the ball. And I'm sure that's what Helen Lowe in the corner has been saying to the girls.
It's a lovely backhand there from Tintin, the reverse on the penhold.
Not much you can do about that one, I'm afraid. It's just too good, that shot.
So you probably noticed Tintin playing with a slightly different grip than the other players. So the 3 other players are playing with a shake hand grip, whereas Tintin the penhold grip, not one that you see particularly often now. No, actually, I think few players really play penhold now, do they? So Tintin is one of the few that still play, and it's very effective, and you'll see that she uses both sides of the rubbers. The black side is smooth,
so she can get a lot of spin on the ball, and then the red side is short pimples, so flatter shots there.
5-2.
Just rush that one slightly.
That's a great backhand by Charlotte there. Good change of direction as well.
So these players were vying for a place at the Commonwealth Games in the squad later this year, obviously being held on home turf in Birmingham. So Tintin securing a place because she's a top 100 ranked player, whereas the others yet to be selected. So all to play for when that comes around.
That definitely, yeah, I think that all of them will be using this tournament as a great way to see how everybody's playing, getting some tactics for that tournament and preparing. This is a good comeback by the girls here. This is 5-4, pressurising Tintin and Maria.
Timeout.
And it's a timeout, 5-5. I'm not surprised actually.
Yeah, that was 5-1 up.
5-1 up, I think. Yep. No, I think they're right. And I think we've just seen in the last few points that they've been more aggressive, and they've kept attacking Maria and Tintin, pushing them back from the table, and I think that's really working for them. So I'm sure Charles will be willing the girls, Tintin and Maria, on to regain the lead here.
Charles very analytical in his coaching, isn't he? Always noting down things on his notepad that he notices during the game to tell the players.
Yeah, definitely. He's a very shrewd coach, and you can see there he's already telling the girls some tactics, and I'm sure Helen Lowe will be saying much the same thing probably, but from the other girls' point of view, from Charlotte and Emily's point of view, to say that they want to get their attacking shots in first, really. So we'll see how this one pans out. 5-5 going back in though.
More promising start from Maria and Tintin after the timeout.
That's exactly what they will have wanted. That first point is always so crucial after that timeout, especially if you've called it. Emily will be disappointed with that. That's the long serve again, and because she's already stepped round a bit too early, she'd committed to playing that backhand, and the backhand from really a deep position in the court is difficult, and it proved it there.
So these players will be very familiar with each other. Maria, obviously alumni of University of Nottingham. Tintin, obviously a current medical student here at Nottingham. So they would have spent many, many hours playing together.
8-6.
Yeah, and Charlotte will be disappointed with that shot. She just snatched it a little bit. There's a chance that they really needed to execute there.
So we've got a 9-6 lead in this fourth set, so only 2 points away from that 50th national title.
This point is very big. It's either 10-6 or 9-7, so it's a very important point.
That's a lovely forehand there from her, really wide on the backhand. I don't even know how she manages to get that angle.
We've seen it in the previous matches. Maria can get very wide on the forehand here, out some people's backhand. You can tell by Maria's face, she knew that was a chance to seal the deal.
So here we've got match point to Tintin and Maria.
6-10.
And there we have it. So Tintin and Maria take the game 3-1, and it is her 50th national title.
So there it is, Lois. So Colin stepping in. There it is, Lois. Colin stepping in because Emma is now going to rush down and do the presentation. So, yeah, what did you make of that in the end?
I mean, I thought as the game went on, there was more and more longer rallies. All the girls were getting into it, and I think at the end, Maria and Tintin had to step up another level, and I think they were just too aggressive and were able to get their shots in first, I think, overall. Yeah,
step in and play with more aggression, slightly earlier, a little bit more consistent, but they were forced to do that by a good rise in the game of Emily and Charlotte.
Definitely, and they had their chances in that set as well, and I think if they look back at it, I think they'll review it, and there you've just seen Charlotte, a couple of opportunities missed, and I think they'll look back and say we had those opportunities and next time we just need to execute it.
Yeah, definitely could have gone for 5, but when you see a shot like that from Marie, they've just got that edge. Look at that, they know each other, they're great friends, training here in Nottingham, and well done. So Tintin Ho again and Maria Tsaptsinos winning the women's doubles 3-1 against Emily Bolton and Charlotte Bardsley. Thank you very much, Lois.
Thank you for having me.
So Emily, not to be for you and Charlotte today, where do you think that match was won and lost?
I think we played some good stuff, and I definitely think we had our chances. It's the first time we've played together, so hopefully with a bit more gelling we can challenge them a bit further, but they played well. We had our tactics today, they didn't come off, but hopefully next time.
And Charlotte, a first finals day involvement for you. What sort of positives can you take from that?
I was just really proud to play finals day because I've never done it before, and it was a good experience, and that's it really.
I'm sure we'll see you both back again on future finals day. Let's ask Maria and Tintin to join us. Maria, I hope you don't mind if I put Tintin in the spotlight a little bit, because ladies and gentlemen, this is Tintin's 50th national title. So, when you won that first one, which under 11s I think, did you honestly think you could go on to achieve all this?
Definitely not. Yeah, no, I didn't. I never kept count, but I think you kept count. And every year you asked me, but I'm very happy.
Do they all mean the same to you?
Yeah, definitely. Maybe some were really hard to get, especially, a lot of them are hard to get, but they all mean the same.
Maria, how does it feel to get the team back together? Because you've missed a year through injury and then the pandemic.
Yeah, it's great. And I think, on behalf of everyone, Tintin might not have thought she got 50, but we all knew she was going to get 50.
You're going to have to put the friendship aside a bit later, just for the singles final. Is that a difficult thing to do?
We've done it so many times before that I don't think it's going to be any different from the other finals that we played, but we'll see what happens. I'm obviously going for 3 golds, hopefully, and hopefully it's a good match for everyone.
Thank you very much, Al. Champions, ladies and gentlemen, Maria Tsaptsinos and Tintin Ho.